Hi, I'm Valerie Chinese. I'm the Outreach Resource Technician for Worksop ATP Library, and today in Librarian Explains, we're going to talk about where to start research. The question that I get a lot with students is, I have a research paper, but I don't even know where to start. So we're going to break it down just a little bit. First thing you need to do is comprehend the assignment. Think about what are the key elements of the assignment. Read over your assignment requirements. Are there specific areas that you have to cover or a topic that they're asking you to write about? What's the deadline for the paper? So then you know how much time you have to research and write the paper. What are the length requirements? It's really important to understand if it's a 2-page paper versus a 20-page paper, because that determines how much research you're going to have to do and how much information you need. What are the formatting requirements? Is it APA, MLA? Did they give any certain type of format that they are requiring you to use? And then are there any requirements for submission? Is it submitted online? Is it in person? Is it through your Moodle platform? These are important things to think about. Make a list of steps and key points. When you are writing a paper, think about, okay, I need to do my research. This is my deadline. I need to write my paper. These are the key points of my paper. Use a highlighter or write them down. Note any questions you have about the assignment that you can ask the instructor. It's really important to ask questions early. So read over your assignment requirements as early as you can when you get them, when you get your syllabus. So that way you can ask them so you know what you have to do. Then you're going to search for your sources. So the types of sources available are books, journals, websites, interviews, magazines, and newspapers. You have to think about your topic, and is there controversial areas of your topic that you might want to cover? Are there unique perspectives that you bring into it? You're like, oh, I think of it this way. And how can you use that to write a paper? And then are there any recent developments within your topic? Now, if you are trying to figure out a topic, I also have a tutorial on that within our website. Which brings us to choosing a topic. So start broad and then narrow it down. If you are looking up boarding schools or medicinal plants, can you narrow those down to more specific topics, such as Native Americans in boarding schools? Or if you're looking at medicinal plants, can you look up certain plants such as sage or the mint tea, that type of thing? Can you narrow it down to specific things? And then brain dump. Brain dumps are really great. You can just put a piece of paper down on the table and anything related to that topic or ideal that you have, you just write it down. And that really helps you go, oh, okay, look at all these different things that I can talk about with this topic. Another thing that can help is mind maps. So if you sit there and you use a mind map and you go, okay, I'm going to talk about this topic, and then you ask yourself, where, when, why, how, what, and who, those can help you figure out your topic area as well. And then think about your purpose and position of this paper. So what is the purpose? Are you trying to explain to somebody about this topic? Are you trying to persuade them to your side of the topic? And is it against or for whatever topic you're talking about? So if you're talking about gun control, are you for gun control or against gun control? And then choose something that interests you. So think about something that interests you so that you can be interested in looking up different areas on that topic. Another key thing to writing a paper or starting your research is outlining your paper. This is a list of key points, arguments, and evidence. It's really important to bring all of your ideals and move them around. So sometimes it helps to write it digitally, but if you do use paper, make sure that you're okay with, yes, I'm going to outline this paper, but hey, this paragraph right here might be better up here. And be willing to move your ideals, your concepts, those key points around to make your paper flow. Outlining your paper is really good because it's planning and organizing all the main ideals on your topic. And if you keep that in mind, it can help you when you're writing. It'll make it simpler when you're writing. And then include all of your references in your outline, because then it'll be ready to just put into your paper. Then you're going to write your first draft. So what I suggest is write it out and then fix it later. Write out all of your ideals, come back, you can fix it later. Follow your outline and then express your ideals as plainly and simply as you can. Don't delete any sections. You can always, if you don't like them, you can save them on a different document so that you can use them later, or maybe you might even write a different paper on the same topic that you can use those for. When you're writing it out, it's really easy to just keep trying to fix it as you're writing. But if you write it out completely and think about fixing it later, you can ask yourself different questions. Oh, well, what about this? And you can add to it as you're editing. All right, when you think about your intro, you want an attention-grabbing hook in that first sentence. If you're talking about gun control and you're talking about what is something that would grab somebody's attention on that topic? If you're talking about boarding schools, what is something, a statement that you could make that would grab somebody's attention? And then introduce your topic. If you're talking about generational trauma due to boarding schools, introduce that topic, talk about it, and then answer the questions of what. What is the topic? What's the background on it? And what are the key terms? You can use the key terms in your sentence. You do not have to lay them out and just write the key terms are, but use them throughout your introduction paragraph. And then why? What are the new insights and important issues on this topic? How? What to expect from the rest of the paper and key elements. You can also talk about who it affects, where are you talking about? Are you talking about boarding schools in Canada versus United States? Are you talking about gun control locally or globally or nationally? Those are things that you can kind of look at. Then your body of your paragraph. This is really important because it can show you how your paper is going to come together. So parts of a paragraph are, you have your topic sentence, your supporting ideals, your colorful vocabulary, and your concluding sentence. And paragraphs are the foundation of every paper, and most paragraphs have 3 to 5 sentences. And you need to create smooth transitions between paragraphs. Also, remember that you should not start your paragraphs or in your paragraphs with quotes from other people. You need to put your words in front of and behind those quotes. And then everything you write needs to be relevant to your topic. You can't go off on a tangent in your paper. You need to write about your topic and the things that are relevant to your topic. And then think about your conclusion. How are all these puzzle pieces coming together? How does your paper come together to prove your point? And you're going to sum it all up in your conclusion. Then settle the issues that you brought up. Make sure that you answered all of the questions that you brought up or issues. And then the general consequences of the argument. Show the questions that your paper argument brought up but couldn't answer because you couldn't find anything on that. And don't forget to cite your sources. So their conclusion is like summing everything up in your paper. So it can be really overwhelming, but if you just think about what did I just talk about, you can write a conclusion. And then you're going to edit your paper. You're going to cut out those things that don't make sense. You're going to check that your paper is not redundant. You're not repeating yourself over and over. And you're going to check to make sure you answered your question on the topic. You're going to identify any areas that need more information or if there's questions that are left unanswered. And then check the flow of the paper and if sections need to be rearranged. If it doesn't sound good down in the 3rd paragraph, maybe you need to bring it up to the 2nd paragraph and switch places. And then check that your paper meets your assignment requirements. If it's APA form, make sure that it follows that format. If it's 2 pages and you only have a page and a half, you might need to add some more. Think about your requirements and make sure your paper follows those. All right, I wish you good luck in your paper. And if you have any questions, contact the librarians at Waksape TP Library and we will try to help you in whatever way we can. Have a great day.